morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to One Perspective to Another podcast. I'm your humble and gracious host, A. Sanders, here with another episode. This is episode 190. Keeping it all in the family, all in the same. Keeping it back on the 10 minute powwow. On the reflective hype, like I said before, the old school, the situational awareness and all that. So we're going to do the classic perception and perspective. Just rebuilding on the gratitude effect, rebuilding on seeing these on these days and just reflecting, making sure that everything inside of you is straight. And I just want to say, or go back over perception versus reality, but more in the sense of just understanding why it's perspective, understanding why I made this one perspective to another. Because perspective is what, or I should explain perception. Perception is what an individual sees, what an individual feels, how an individual reflects to whatever is going on in their world. That's why oftentimes the quote is, perception is not always reality, because the perception is just a small slither of what is the bigger picture in everything. If you got 5 people looking at a football game, for example, all 5 of those people are going to see 5 different things of the same thing, just because of rules of life, rules of nature, their own perception of what they see on the field. If somebody catches a ball but they bobble it, somebody be like they got hands, or they can't catch, or they suck. Like, that's what perception is. Perspective is the ability to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes using the data points, the entry points in their own lives that they have that would make them or lead them to a conclusion of why they made that decision or that choice or said X, Y, and Z. So it's more just getting the different data points of another person outside of you feels, because you're always going to have your perception of things. But the perspective is you're hearing somebody else's thoughts. You're hearing and seeing the world in a different point of view other than your own. You're taking different points that you do your research on, that you find out, that you find from talking to people, that you read about, that you learn about. Like, those are altering your perception and perspective upon things, because you're learning, you're getting better, you're changing yourself. So it's like that is also why I always say it's a key pillar of situational awareness, knowing when to do what, how, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. Because that, or to me, I just think that's very important to just have in your back pocket, because not every day you're not going to choose to be idle. You're not going to choose to be one sort of way. You're going to interact with people. You're going to see people. You may be maintaining relationships, maintaining your health, maintaining anything and everything. And that just brings me to that conclusion. And then just the reminders of like choosing yourself every day, that there's clarity in finding your own peace when you wake up in the morning. Everybody has their own perception of what makes them feel better, whether it's coming home after work and doing something, exercising, going for a walk, whether it's being on the Mindful app, whether it's journaling, whether it's maintaining relationships, whether it's eating healthy, whether it's cooking, like whatever that is a part of your balancing act. And how you perceive that that's the only thing that really matters when it comes to you, is how you perceive yourself, and making sure that you take the steps and the moments and the insurance policies to make yourself comfortable in every day, in every way that you feel, to become the best version of you. Because at the end of the day, like I always say, only you open your eyes. Only you are the person who matters. Everything else starts with you. It ends with you. So make the good choices. Use the situational awareness to understand, to be to have gratitude, to be gracious to people, to be empathetic to people, to use the emotional aspects that people push to the side. Like, use your logic. Don't just be an idiot to whatever the masses say and whatever. Go find out for yourself. Do all the good work to make sure that wherever you are in your mind, outside reality or in reality, make sure that you're good, you're grounded, you're focused, and you're on your P's and Q's, because it's just easier to live life when you're in that mode. It's easier to maintain your balance, and it's just easier to be a better human being. And I feel like we just all gotta be, my perception of my perspective is we all can be a little bit better. We all can do a little bit better. We just gotta choose to be better. So on that note, just a little powwow, keep my consistency with this episode, just my thought for this week. Maybe I'll come back to this, do a little bit more deeper dive into perception versus perspective. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And this podcast is a part of my balancing act. So on that note, as always, remember to tell two friends all the time. And on that note, I will catch you on the flip side, and I am out.